Hey, you know what? If there's a pre-tribulation rapture, then that's good, right? That means if that were true, which I personally don't believe, then it should be very, very soon, right? Considering what's happening in the world. Like I said, we are not God is not the author of confusion. So think about that. I was in that I was in that boat and I wanted to believe. And to be honest, I wanted to believe so much so that I was going all over to different spots, all over asking people, going on different websites, piecing together all the different verses that make up the proof of the rapture. And I got so, people are telling me we have to be prepared. You got to tell people to be prepared. And that makes sense to me in my mind because I was feeling very confused about a rapture. Where does this 7-year tribulation come from? Where does it come from? And I couldn't understand anything. Two will be grinding at the mill, one will be taken, twinkling of an eye. That's just describing what will happen when Jesus comes and takes us away. If God isn't the author of confusion, why is it so confusing? Why didn't they just tell us in a more straight sense? And I believe in my heart that it would have been a lot more straightforward if there were a rapture, a pre-tribulation or mid-rapture. I believe that Paul would have told us. That's what I believe, and I think it's anything but clear. And this all hinges, and people don't have to be so vicious to others about this. The rest of our theology is in line, the things that I look at. So, if your theology is all wrong and you believe all false everything else, so I'm going to go to Daniel 9 and I'm going to read it. And so before I read this, I want you to tell me, where is the Antichrist in any of this? I'll just start at 22. And he informed me and talked with me and said, O Daniel, I am now come forth to give thee skill and understanding. Sorry, my voice is gone now. At the beginning of thy supplications, the commandment came forth, and I have come to show thee, for thou art greatly beloved. Therefore understand the matter and consider the vision. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and thy holy city, to finish the transgression, and to make an end of sins, and to make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, to anoint the most holy. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the Prince, that's Jesus, shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. So altogether that's 69. The street shall be built again, which it was even in troublous times, Nehemiah. So this is where the problem comes. And after 60, so 60 and 2 weeks, shall Messiah be cut off. So ask yourself, but not for himself. Was the Messiah cut off? The answer is yes, right? They killed him, but not for himself. What does that mean, but not for himself? It means he died for us. Isn't that what Jesus did for us? But not for himself. And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood. And until the end of the war, desolations are determined. So, did that not happen? What happened in 70 AD? Did it not come? Sorry, the people of the prince that shall come. Who is that prince? That's not the prince of the power of the air. That's not mentioning the devil. That's the prince. That would be the emperor. So in 70 AD they came and they destroyed the temple, right? You, like Matthew 24 said, not one stone will not be left upon another. And that happened. It was a big event. 1 million Jews were killed, but supposedly, and I heard this, I don't know the validity, but the Christians fled. That's what my pastor told me. The Christians fled to the mountains. They killed 1 million Jews. And the sanctuary, the city, was completely destroyed, and the end shall be with a flood. So did that not happen in 70 AD? So the answer is yes to that. And until the end of the war, desolations are determined. They were pretty desolate. So let's go to verse 27. This is where the problem is. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. That's where they get the 7. That's Jesus's covenant. And in the middle of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to stop. So think about that. Jesus comes when he's, what, 30 years old? Then he dies, how much later after he appears on the scene? 3.5 years. The midst of the week. And causes the oblation to cease. He causes a sacrifice and oblation to cease. What is the sacrifice and oblation? He put an end to sacrifice. Isn't that why Jesus came? He came in the flesh to put an end to sacrifice. Do you get it now? And for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate, even till unto the consummation. And that determined shall be poured upon the desolate. So you know what? What is the other 3.5 then? So 3.5 years after that, Stephen was stoned, and the gospel went to the Gentiles. So Jesus came. The only person that made the covenant was Jesus Christ. That Daniel 9 is about Jesus. So you see where they get the 7-year tribulation. The way I see that, I don't see anything convincing in there at all. That's just the way I see it. Thanks for watching.